Alright, ladies and gents, as ever, my name is Shane. That's Shane's Games, and tonight we're going to be playing Ace Attorney Investigations 2, specifically the fan-translated version for the Android. This won't be our first time playing, so if you want to see how we get to where we are tonight, or check out some of the games I've played in the past, be them obscure, unusual, or nostalgic, feel free to check out my YouTube channel. But for tonight, let's go ahead and get into the game. This is Case 5, which is traditionally the most complex of all the Ace Attorney cases. This one is the definition of a humdinger. I don't think I could possibly summarize it. I'll try and do a little bit at least. Basically, we've discovered that every case in this game is connected. We've discovered a presidential assassination that is way more complicated than it looked. And now we are finally closing in on the mastermind that has been orchestrating all of the events in this game and previous to it, who is a guy that trains monkeys for the circus. Yeah, no, that there's no joke there. That's what's going on right now. So let's see how this goes. Let's see if I fully learned soldering so I can end up turning a pizza box into an actual working wireless controller. See, I don't actually know because I don't know how to solder. I'm a software guy. I never actually learned soldering. I feel like I should. I feel like I should at some point, but as of right now, I do not know how to solder. Me trying to get the hang of it again is basically going, oh my god, dude, stop dying. I know the feeling. I'm like, dude, aren't you supposed to be more durable than this? What's going on? Rook's Honor, welcome in. How are you doing today? Hope you are doing well. Yeah, I watched a playthrough of I Have No Mouth and Must Scream earlier. Yeah, basically, like, there's a lot of interesting things with I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream, but straight up, if you're gonna play it, just have a guide open. Seriously, that's one of those games where you're not gonna have a good time. You're not, just have the guide there. Trey Dog, welcome in, and thank you so much for a 79-month resub. How are you doing today? How's everything going? You're just in time, we're just starting. April 6th, 5:30 p.m., Very Big Circus, storage tent. Oh god, we're back. Ah, Mr. Edgeworth. Are you guys here for the show? Mr. Keys, Ms. Berry. Yeah, Siamese, it is a brutally unfair game, which I suppose is thematic, but like, just don't just try to play it blind. Don't do it. Where's Mo? Hopefully 6 feet under. You're a little early. I'm sorry, but we're still getting ready. But I'm so happy you came. You remembered our promise. Yes, I remembered. You asked us to come and see the show when you gave me this. I'm so happy you came. Please enjoy yourselves. I'm sure my performance will surprise you, Mr. Edgeworth. Your performance has already surprised me, Mr. Keys. But he hasn't performed yet. Regina, please have a look at this photo. Is this balloon the property of the Very Big Circus? Ah, it is! Did you see it flying around somewhere? Highly likely this balloon was used by the culprit in the case we're investigating. Huh? Who is in charge of the balloon? Well, that would be Simon, but are you saying... Mr. Keys? You flew this balloon in the middle of the night, did you not? I do occasionally practice alone at night. I'm not much of a pilot, though. I'm a little clumsy. So for practice, you'll do something as challenging as flying a balloon at night? Wouldn't that be rather difficult for someone who's clumsy and not much of a pilot? Then, what do you think I was doing, Mr. Edgeworth? You brought Kay to the roof of the Grand Tower in order to frame her for the murder of Jill Crane. Not a single security camera recorded Kay using the elevator. Therefore, the only way she could have gotten up there was through flight. And the only one who could have flown up there was you, Mr. Keys. No way! Mr. Edgeworth, how can you say that? That's not all. You drugged John at the garbage pickup and kidnapped him. Wasn't that why you were late when you came to watch the trial of Patricia Rowland? No way! I have no idea what you're saying! There's no way I could do things like that! Please believe me! Mr. Edgeworth, please! I wanted to believe you. However, you have broken that trust yourself. That's horrible! Why would you say that? Didn't you once say that you would trust me? That you would believe in me? Don't you worry about that. We're your allies. This is from case number 2. That's because we're like birds of a feather. Right, Mr. Edgeworth? Birds of a feather, huh? Suppose that's true. We have sufficient information about your past. I doubt you had a motive to kill Knightley. Rather, you are probably the most affected by his death. And I doubt someone as timid as you could work up the courage to murder someone. Alright, I'll get you out of here. We'll believe in you. Oh, the irony! Oh, the irony. An evil criminal balloon. And of course, no one would notice a giant Lionhead Circus balloon. That's the thing that surprises me, is I'm like, that's not a very inconspicuous thing to do, but I guess nobody did notice except the photographer, and that was only by accident, really. Hey, Valkos, good morning. How are you doing today? Hope you're doing well. And Punisher, glad to see you. Oh God, last stream was so jam-packed with information. A couple of the quick hits is the president was actually assassinated 12 years ago, and the person who just died in this case was a double who had replaced him for 12 years and possibly was part of an elaborate scheme to take over the country. Also, we found out that this guy, the guy with the monkey from case number 2, is actually one of the kidnapped kids from case number 3, and is probably the mastermind behind every single event in this entire game. Yeah, yesterday was complicated. Yeah, it's been wild. I'm so sad. Those words were all lies. It wasn't a lie. We really did trust you. Kay, even you? You said we were like birds of a feather, and yet... I'm hurt, Kay. You've hurt me deeply. Oh... Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, maybe Simon isn't a bad guy after all. Objection! I see. So that's how you operate. I understand now all too well. No matter who you face, you find an emotional weakness and exploit it. You guide each person towards the outcome you desire without them even noticing it. That is how you are able to mastermind the entire case. I may have fallen for your tricks before, but not this time. Simon Keys, I indict you. You're not a prosecutor right now. So it's come to this after all. You were always so full of confidence, Mr. Edgeworth. But I rather like that, because now I can rip that confidence to shreds. What? What the fuck? What the fuck? I think that's the first time in the Phoenix Wright series we've seen somebody have a reverse breakdown. Oh God. I don't even have anything to say. Everything about that was insane. Oh, Jesus, dude. Dude has some, like, villain Cinderella shit going on in his life, and I have questions, but I'm not gonna ask. I don't know that I want the answers. That squirrel's putting in work today. So much. They put so much into that. No. Alright, I'm getting composed. I'm getting composed. It's fine. I'm fine. Oh. Oh. I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't any of that. I can tell you that much. Oh. Huh. Good work, everyone. His personality is completely changed. Also, we got some sort of villain makeover from woodland animals, but try not to focus on that because I don't even know where to go with that. So, the animal tamer who could not tame animals. That was all a facade. This is the real Simon Keys. Simon, that's not true, is it? Truth or lie, what difference does it make? Huh? Mr. Edgeworth just made me a little upset, that's all. Oh God! That's an expression, Jesus Christ! I'm never gonna get used to that, it's never gonna happen. You'll take responsibility for upsetting me, right? Oh God. I thought I was ready for this guy. I wasn't ready for this guy. The squirrel's auto-juggling. Oh God. It's true. I practiced with a balloon 2 nights ago. That photo must have been taken when the balloon and I passed near the building. I often fly around that area for advertising purposes. There's nothing unusual about that, right? You often fly around the Grand Tower in the balloon? Yeah, even the circus needs to advertise. Regina, is that true? Yep, it was Simon's job to advertise using the balloon. Most people who live around here should have seen it. The balloon was used in the crime we're investigating. Like I said, it's just a coincidence. I simply happened to pass by the Grand Tower when that photo was taken. I shall determine whether or not it was a coincidence after I hear your full story. You know, possibly, like, this guy has been up to a lot of stuff. I'm sure they're gonna explain everything once we, break him down, but, like, there's a lot to go over here. Alright, I don't see anything obvious to hit him with, so we're gonna save and we're just gonna start pressing on statements.
Hold it!
Was the balloon launched from this tent? There's a nice big park near the Sunshine Coliseum. I always launch the balloon there. I see. In that case, how do you transport the balloon to the park? Well, it's too heavy to carry by hand. It weighs several hundred pounds. Yet, it can fly in the sky. Amazing, isn't it? I asked you how you transported it. Now answer the question. Oh, I can't even make some small talk. You're mean, Mr. Edgeworth. I used a truck. The balloon is loaded onto the back of the truck. Truck? Yeah, last time I took the truck and the balloon out was 2 days ago. And I'd overlook that piece of testimony. Last time we took the truck and the balloon out was 2 days ago. But was it? Was it really? Those squirrels are talented. Also, I am absolutely flabbergasted by how many frames of animation they put into those squirrels doing acrobatics. The people who make these games are unhinged, and I love them for it.
Hold it!
Allow me to confirm. You haven't driven the truck since then. Do you really need me to confirm that? I mean, I just said it 5 seconds ago. It's Ace Attorney, so yeah, we might actually need you to flash back to it. Answer the question. Or would it be inconvenient for you to do so? That's a pretty weak provocation coming from you, Mr. Edgeworth. What could be inconvenient about something I've already said? Fine, I get it. That truck has been parked behind the dressing room since 2 days ago. And the balloon and basket are still inside. Is there a problem? There's no problem. I simply wanted to express my thanks for that piece of testimony. The truck was parked here for the past 2 days. That was exactly what I wanted to hear, Mr. Keys. May I continue? So then, regarding the balloon, I don't know that I needed to continue. I think we might just go back to that, because the last time we took the truck and the balloon out was 2 days ago. Well, here's the thing, buddy. Yeah, we saw your truck outside the Grand Tower today. You weren't in it, granted, but still, that's a contradiction. We love those here. Looks like the lionhead's eating you. Oh, God. Yeah, was it, though? I love those moments where you're just like, oh, that's wrong. I know that's wrong. Okay, we need a pig-nosed squirrel cat ladder as an armrest. Oh, God. I imagine this guy like furiously doodling on a notepad. He's like, I've got an idea and it involves a stack of animals. Just go with me here. I'm getting something.
Objection!
The truck you put the balloon into, was it blue by any chance? Blue? So what if it is? Today we saw a blue truck carrying a large basket. If that truck just so happened to be yours, then your claim that you last used it 2 days ago becomes a lie. Oh good, sure, let's add another half dozen characters to this scene. He is kind of giving me Hisoka vibes here, especially now that we know he's the villain. If he tries to use bungee gum on me, we are absolutely fucked. Agent Wang, Emma. Mr. Edgeworth, I finally found you. I've been searching for you ever since the incident yesterday. I dashed right over after Kay contacted me just a little while ago. Prosecutor Edgeworth, the thing you were looking for, I found it. It was placed in a blue truck at the dressing room parking lot. Alright, small hot air balloon used for advertising. Simon Key's in charge of it, placed in the truck. Excellent, excellent. Just what we were hoping for him to find. A blue truck, as I suspected. That truck is, without a doubt, the one I saw today. Oh, he gets to say it too! That smug bastard. There are a number of blue trucks out there, you know? Who's to say you're not mistaking it for a different one? It's definitely that one. I got a good look at it. Huh? Mr. Edgeworth, what's that? Wasn't me. Okay, words have no strength without evidence to back them up. Ah! That's Mr. Edgeworth's voice! Evidence. Present evidence. Have any evidence? Prove that this was the truck I saw today? Huh? What's wrong, Mr. Edgeworth? Why are you touching the truck? Truck's body is cold to the touch. Seems to have been parked here for some time. You can figure all that out just by touching it? What could prove that this is the truck I saw? I'd like to dust the truck for... Almost spoonerism myself there. I'd like to dust the truck for fingerprints. Ooh. Eh? Fingerprints? What for? I don't see any point in that. Certain person's fingerprints should be left on this truck. And these fingerprints will prove this truck was parked in front of the Grand Tower today. I mean, they just spelled that out, so, you know. Edgeworth? Your fingerprints? Indeed. Earlier today, I touched a truck at the plaza in front of the Grand Tower. It was the most exciting experience of my entire life. I'd like to dust for my prints. Emma, might I request a scientific investigation? That's what I'm here for. Just leave it to me. Yeah, you always need evidence, unless it's, you know, one of those bullshit Phoenix Wright cases where people are just throwing accusations out and the judge is like, yeah, that's probably true. Oh, I can't save now because I'm in the puzzle screen, but I'll save right after that. Edgeworth, I saw a truck, it looked very cool. I touched it, it was awesome. Alright, we're set. Go ahead, Mr. Edgeworth. Wait, you want me to do it? Of course. Who else but Mr. Edgeworth would be up to the task? I mean, you, Emma, since you're forensics, never mind, don't worry about it. Here, I'll show you how it's done, or you can just do it, that's fine too. Alright then. The scientist, why don't you just do it yourself? First, we sprinkle some aluminum powder over the area you want to investigate. Like this. Pushing the screen to sprinkle the aluminum powder. The powder will adhere to the fingerprints, so once it's sprinkled enough, you wipe it away. Wipe it away? Yeah, just wipe it, like that. I believe in the DS version you had to blow on the microphone to get rid of it. But of course they don't have microphone access in the Android version. They got rid of that in case you don't want to do that, which is reasonable. See, I don't think you dust for fingerprints in the first 3 games. Because Emma doesn't show up till the Ace Attorney Investigations games. And like Phoenix doesn't have a lot of like clever investigative techniques. Got it? Yes, I think so. Guess we'll do it for real this time. Just so you know, the key point is to sprinkle the powder all over. Alright. Apparently we've just got tons of it, so let's just saturate everything with the powder. And then wipe it all away. Oh, there we go. We gotta do small swiping motions repeatedly. So you can see like the dust is being blown away because that was originally that's what you're doing. Remember blowing in game cartridges to fix them? Oh god, constantly. Wonder if on the PS5 you can still use the mic? I don't think so. I think in the remastered versions they just removed that entirely. I'm not 100% sure though. Move my fingerprint to search for fingerprints. Do I need to put more on there? Like, that's a pretty clear fingerprint. What do we want here? Are we good? Do I... No? Like, I think we should be good here, but, like... Fucking cover this thing. That should be a nice fingerprint. Come on, it's gotta be clear enough. There we go. We got one. That's a nice clean fingerprint. Let's run the prints against mine post-haste. Alright, just leave it to me. 3 hours later. These are definitely your fingerprints, Mr. Edgeworth. Well, it seems to me that we've just proven your statement to be a lie. Ugh. Was he holding squirrels there? What was it? What were you doing when you were driving this truck around? God. Just taking it for a joyride? Kay was abducted 2 nights ago. Your balloon was sighted not far from the scene. Today, there was another kidnapping in which a garbage truck was used. And once again, your truck was seen nearby. This all sounds like nothing more than a pure coincidence to me. So So it was pure coincidence that you parked near two separate kidnappings? I doubt that. You were involved in both kidnappings, weren't you? Isn't it a bit rash to automatically assume that the two kidnappings were connected? And what if I had evidence to prove that the two crimes were performed by the same culprit? Oh, you're serious? I can't wait to hear this. Wow, alright, there's going for what? Stop doing that. It's going full villain. Jesus, stop doing that. The cat did it, of course. What did Kay and John's kidnappings have in common? This one I know. This one I know. The Sleepy Z used on Kay and John when they were abducted. So both of them were drugged with the same sleeping drug.
Take that!
Kay was knocked out with a powerful sleeping drug. And a bottle of sleeping drugs was found lying in the place where John was confined. Contents of the bottles were a match with the drugs used on Kay.
Objection!
So, that's all you got, huh? I was getting my hopes up. So the same sleeping drugs were used. So what? You think that connects the two incidents? Surely you must realize it yourself. That doesn't prove a thing. There must be something. Evidence that proves he's connected to these cases. The police, prosecutors, even you, Mr. Edgeworth. In the end, you're all the same. You make up evidence as you see fit, just so you can send some poor soul to prison. Isn't there someone like that here? Poor soul who was wrongly accused in the past?
Objection!
You're wrong. Who would do such a thing?
Objection!
Then show me the evidence. If you're going to accuse me of a crime, it's only natural. It's no use. And we haven't saved in a while, so I'll go ahead and do that. You have to be the antagonist. You can just sit back and say nothing is good enough and you just win. That does seem to be the vibe in these games. Can't seem to find any other threads linking him to the kidnappings. Now, have you finally run out of ammo, Mr. Edgeworth? I still have preparations to make at the circus, so if you'll excuse me.
Objection!
Hey, Ray! Now, you two. No need to get so heated. Simon, you're looking good in that clown makeup. Hey, what's your deal? Don't just butt in like that. Uncle Ray's not so good in such a stiff environment. I mean, why so serious, right? Hey, Kay, how about a little trick? At last, my moment has arrived. The great Kay Faraday presents a Simon impression. Oh, objection! Why you? Enough already. Psst. Hey, Miles, I'm buying you some time to get all your ducks in a row. There's probably a better way to stall for time than this, but whatevs. Whoa, nice one, Kay! Not so sure about this method either. But I have to find something that connects Simon to the case. And I need to find it now. Is there evidence not related to the kidnappings that's connected to the mastermind's identity? That's it. The mastermind is the same person as the young acolyte Dogan was looking for. If I can just connect to the young acolyte to Simon, which piece of evidence could be connected with the mastermind's true identity? Ooh, we're getting into it now. All right, well, we know the chess puzzles. He was the middleman for that, if nothing else. So that seems very possible. Yeah, I feel like that might be the thing, because like we know that he physically was typing these. Basically, for anybody that missed it yesterday, you might remember in case 2, we know that the assassin Sirhan Dogan was doing correspondence chess with the killer Horace Knightley. But we found out in this case that because Dogan's blind, he was typing his letters in Braille. However, the letters that were being received were typed out, like you see here. So someone was collecting his letters, retyping them, and then passing them on.
Take that!
Knightley and Dogan both communicated through a certain individual. Oh, and that somebody must be the mastermind behind the case. That's it. The mastermind played a role in the correspondence chess. If I can prove that it was Simon, then that's enough. I can't stomach any more of your sorry excuse for a performance. If you have no more objections, then I ask that you let me get back to preparing for the show.
Objection!
Thank you for the help, Mr. Shields, though you may have taken it a little too far. You sure look happy. I take it you found something? Look at me, I'm Simon. Simon's a clown. The funny, funny clown. Hey, you can stop now. Now then, Mr. Keys, do you happen to like chess? That was rather out of the blue. But since you asked, I can't say that I dislike chess. The mastermind played correspondence chess with Sirhan Dogan.
Objection!
I recall it was Knightley who had been playing chess with Dogan, wasn't it? Are you saying that he was the mastermind?
Objection!
There is no way Knightley could have been the mastermind. The reason being, the mastermind had continued to work behind the scenes even after Knightley's death. That being the case, who could have written this letter? I believe someone acted as the middleman between Dogan and Knightley. So, you're saying that you think I'm the middleman? Ha! And just why would I have to go through all the trouble to do something like that? Most likely to make it appear as if there was a connection between Knightley and Dogan. And as a result, Knightley was killed by Patricia Rowland. No way! Are you saying it was all a setup so that he'd be killed by her?
Objection!
What are you saying? There's no way I could manipulate a person that far. Keep doing it. Look at me. Takes all I have just to get the animals to perform tricks. Don't sell yourself short, dude. That is impressive. That is incredibly impressive. Like, seriously. That's crazy is what it is. The sinister stenographer. That sounds like a super old like Batman or Spider-Man villain. Hey Folos, welcome in. How are you doing today? Hope you're doing good. I gotta blow my nose real quick. Don't go anywhere, folks. I'll be right back. Enjoy this, whatever this is. Alright, Follows, you blew your back yesterday. Oh geez, hope you're able to get some good rest today and I hope you're feeling better tomorrow. Only just a scrap of the letters he exchanged with Knightley still remained. It'd be decisive evidence. I'd like to investigate your room. There could be decisive. If it's the letters you're looking for, you won't find any in there. What? I'm the type of guy who throws his letters away as soon as he's done reading them. Where's the point in living in the past? I mean, he's already gotten rid of the evidence? Mr. Edgeworth, everything you've said so far has been nothing more than baseless conjecture. The evidence, I'm just one step behind it. What should I do? A whole lot of moves? Without evidence, I won't allow you to cast doubt on my friendship with Knightley. Who was that? Excuse me. Is Barry? What's on her mind? I've been listening in on what you all were saying, and, when you say Mr. Knightley, you mean Simon's friend, Mr. Knightley, right? Yes, that's correct. She knows something? This morning, a letter arrived from Mr. Knightley. It was for Simon. What? What did you? That's impossible. Knightley's already dead. Ms. Barry, please let me see that letter. Okay, here you go. Quick, open it! This is correspondence chess letter. This is the response to Dogen's last move. Now, can you see the path to checkmate? I can't wait to see the look on your face. You weren't expecting to lose at chess against me, right? Postmark says March 26th, the day before Knightley's death. Seems the letter arrived late. Since the circus moves around so much, a lot of the mail people send us arrivals late. Now, why was this letter addressed to you? This is proof that you were the middleman between Dogen and Knightley. Normally, you transcribe this letter into Braille before sending it to Dogen. And in doing so, you created a connection between him and Knightley. Damn it! Curse you, Knightley! Why must you continue to interfere? I think those are rabbits? Just weird. Don't be mean to rabbits. Don't hold them like that. It's rude. Very rude. The cat looks completely unbothered by it. Just like, yeah, it's my job. That's what I do. It's a living. Can Regina actually be useful? I'm shocked. You just happen to have the key piece of evidence. I'll take it. I'll take it. Simon, why? Wasn't Knightley your only friend? Ha, don't be ridiculous. I stopped thinking of him as a friend 18 years ago. 18 years ago? Would that have been the day of the IS-7 incident? Thanks to Knightley, I nearly died that day in the snowstorm. While I was on my way to the contest venue where my father was waiting, Knightley suddenly appeared. He held me down, tied up my hands and feet, and with tears streaming down his face, he kept apologizing. My dad's too scary. I can't disobey him. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. Stop it, Horace. I promised my dad. I said I'd taste his desserts. If I'm not there, Dad'll be in trouble. I'm gonna let everyone know my dad's desserts are the best in the world. After that, he locked us inside a car. It was so cold I could see my own breath. Before we knew it, the doors had frozen shut, and not even he could get them open. And then, I lost my father. What? Your father? Horace Knightley was the son of the murderer who killed my father. What could this mean? His confession runs contrary to the information we have. But the name of the victim in the IS-7 incident was Isaac Dover. Isaac Dover is my father's name. 18 years ago, my memories were muddled from the shock of my near-death experience. Though it wasn't until later that I learned the truth. On that day, my father was murdered. The culprit of the IS-7 incident was a confectioner by the name of Dane Gustavia. So that was the name of Knightley's father. That low-life scum of the earth killed my father. Just the thought of it makes me sick. So you knew who the culprit was all along? Of course not. Had I known, I would have tipped off the police a long time ago. All I knew was that Knightley's father was trying to set up my own father. That's why I immediately knew that the one who died that day was my dad. Knightley had a hand in my father's murder, that traitor. He was the son of a killer. It's only natural that he ended up dead.
Objection!
It would appear that you are a victim of a very serious misunderstanding. Yeah, it would appear so. Misunderstanding? Just what are you talking about? Isaac Dover. At the time, he was actively working as a sculptor in France, under the name Pierre Hoquet. That right? Well, sorry to say I don't remember that at all. Only naturally you don't remember. After all, he's not your real father. Huh? What? That's supposed to be a joke? I am not amused. You won't be able to laugh at all once I reveal the truth to you. This piece of evidence proves that you are not Isaac Dover's son. Oh, wait. Alright, so back up a second, So, like they mentioned, after that incident where he was kidnapped and they were stuffed in the car 18 years ago, both of the kids lost their memories completely. So, they've had to piece together their lives. And like, he got close. He got so close. Almost figured it out, but there's a big misunderstanding here. Because if he is Isaac Dover's son, then why does Knightley have his signet ring? Hey, Shiro, welcome in. How are you doing today, and what's for lunch?
Take that!
What's that? Is that Knightley's chessboard and his ring? I want you to take a good look at this ring's design. There are 2 letters inscribed in it. That is the seal Pierre Hoquet used as his signature. 18 years ago, it was found lying near the body of Isaac Dover. Why would Knightley have my father's memento with him? The police had found Isaac Dover's son and gave it to him. Isaac Dover's real son is Horace Knightley. What? But that means I'm... In other words, you are Dane Gustavia's son. That's a lie. After all, my father is... My memories are... I lost my father because Knightley locked me up in the car. That's why I thought it would be fitting if he were killed as well. Really? I'll be able to see a circus show even in prison? I enjoy playing chess with you, but I'm looking forward to your performance as well. Yes, please look forward to it. Alright, you better drop by again. I'll be thinking about my next move. Oh yeah, I've left something special inside that chessboard for you. You should check it out later. Something special? I'm not quite sure what you mean, but thanks. I owe you one, Simon. Only you hadn't stopped me 18 years ago. Wouldn't have had to come to this. Huh? Did you say something? Nope, not a word. Goodbye, Horace. After all that, you saying it was my father who killed Knightley's? Then, that means, was it all for nothing? I didn't want to become some weakling who could be killed by anyone. That's why I thought I'd follow in Mr. Dogan's footsteps. This finally proves it. Simon Keyes, you are Dogan's correspondence chess partner. And the mastermind behind this case. That's right, it was me. I'm the mastermind behind it all. Finally showing his true colors. Oh, you have to admit it, that was easy. Congratulations, you destroyed a man's very sense of self. Mission accomplished. Points achieved. Yeah, the prison had really bad security, but also the warden was a murderer, and part of a conspiracy to overthrow the leader of a country, so like, understandable there were some shenanigans. As you all know, I witnessed the incident 12 years ago. President Huang's assassination. So the child who drew that picture was Simon Keyes. When I was found out, I was subjected to horrible interrogations over and over by that heartless Patricia. I'd spend the nights trembling in my bed, terrified of what the next day would bring. I'm sure you can understand why I'd want to sneak out of there, right? However, Blaze would have likely sent pursuers after you. Exactly. I was on the run from them every waking moment, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. I couldn't even sleep at night. I'd jump at the slightest noise. And that's why I became a circus performer. Blaze DeBest was the chief prosecutor, and Patricia Rowland was the warden of the prison. No ordinary person would be a match for those two, and there were no adults I could rely on. Furthermore, behind the scenes was the body double who'd set those two in motion. Though he was a fake, I was up against the nation's president. Talk about utter despair, right? My only ally was Mr. Dogan. He saved my life, after all. He actually helped me out, unlike Knightley. The story is true. It's ironic. Dogan, the fiendish assassin, was idolized by the child he saved. If I followed in his footsteps, I'd no longer have to worry about being eaten alive. That's right. Now it's my turn. My turn to devour those who would feed upon me. And I suppose you never thought to seek help from the police. No way, no way. As long as Blaze was around, any evidence would be destroyed by him. Actually, didn't something like that almost happen today during Patricia's trial? I knew from the very beginning. Things would turn out like this. The evidence from Patricia Rowland's trial. So he's saying that he expected the evidence would be destroyed. I see. So that's why you kidnapped John. Force a guilty verdict even in the absence of evidence. Who's to say? But in order to expose the crimes of 12 years ago, there was no other choice. That's according to you. However, Blaze also attempted to kidnap John in order to manipulate the trial in his favor. Your methods are no different from those of the people you despise. That's only if we're actually the kidnapper. But I would never do anything so evil. No way, no way, no way! I just simply couldn't. Besides, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm actually quite thankful to the real criminals for giving me the opportunity to extract such sweet revenge. So, you admit it. Your motive was revenge. Yeah, I admit it. So what? Sure, I held a grudge against those creeps. But it's not like I'm the one who actually killed them, you know? Shit. Truth be told, all I did was send some letters. I let Jill in on Blaze's secrets, I let Blaze in on Jill's secrets. And then, the two simply ended up trying to kill each other. Do you mean to say the murder was nothing more than the result of that? Yep, just like the case at Gourd Lake. Way easier than trying to control wild animals. All I did was come up with a fake assassination plan for Knightley. So that was also part of his plan. If that's the case, then Rook's murder was also your... Whoa, don't try and pin that on me. Knightley killed him all on his own. Well, it ended up creating the perfect opportunity for me. Funny how things work out. How can you say such a thing? It was the same for Patricia Rowland. I made it look like there was a connection between Knightley and Dogan by using the correspondence chess match and the chisel in the chessboard. What? You mean to say that you were the one who prepared the chisel? That's right. I thought I'd bring Dogan to mind. Quite a thoughtful little gift, wouldn't you agree? And that was all it took to get Patricia to murder Knightley. Oh, the feeling that everyone around you is an enemy. I know it all too well. The tiniest spark can set off an explosion of fear, resulting in horrific mutual destruction. All I did was watch the comedy of errors unfold from the audience. And you are my final pawn, Mr. Edgeworth. Pawn? Me? When you solved their cases, you brought both Blaze and Patricia to their ruin. And the weapon that delivered the coup de grace was your own logic.
Objection!
I didn't solve those cases for your sake. Oh, I know. You never really cared about saving me. You just wanted to pretend to be a defense attorney, didn't you? What did you... All I had to do was go, no way, no way, no way, and act all scared. And you totally believed me. You were giving it your all trying to save me. Even your arrest was just a ploy to make me use my logic? To be fair, getting arrested wasn't part of the plan. When people began to suspect that the chisel I sent was the murder weapon, honestly, I broke out in a cold sweat. I thought for sure it'd be curtains for me. But then, a turnabout of miraculous proportions. The genius prosecutor himself had come to my rescue. Well, doesn't it feel nice to be thanked by me, the one that you saved? You should be grateful. I gave you this chance to play the ace attorney. You're wrong. He wasn't pretending to be a defense attorney. Mr. Edgeworth is always serious about saving people. Even the times when he saved me in the past. Okay. Is that so? Are you sure he's not just trying to emulate his own father, the one he admires so much? Absolutely not. That's not true at all. Now, okay? The person he's talking about now isn't Miles, but rather Simon himself. Clearly, he's not able to trust others. The desire to save someone other than himself is something he cannot even comprehend. Hey, Groshin, welcome in. Yeah, oh god, the animation's here. Doc Belvin, welcome in. Why was the court turned into a circus? Isn't it always? It turns out the mastermind behind literally the entire game is the Monkey Tamer. Ace Attorney games, man. Hey, Simdust, well, wish I was as strong as that chipmunk. Don't we all? Don't we all? If I had the power of a chipmunk, I could move worlds. How are you doing today, Simdust? Say what you want, but make sure you think about it long and hard. Sure, all my targets for revenge got what they deserved in the end. However... think about it. Can any one of my actions really be considered a crime? Yes. I mean, probably not in this universe, but in our universe, yeah, 100% totally. I instigated murder? There's not a single word about that in the letter, is there? If I had said the word kill even once, I guess it could be considered instigation. Well, maybe I did say it, but there's no way for you to prove it. What are you saying? You kidnapped me! I'm sorry, but that hasn't been proven yet, has it? The only thing I admitted to was sending the letters. That's... Besides, those letters contain no threats or coercions. I simply conveyed information. Information that each recipient would find beneficial. You crafty little... Can we do something about it? What was it he said? Integrating murder? Instigating murder is when a person directs someone else to commit murder. That person who directed the murder can be charged as if he committed the crime himself. So we just have to find proof that he directed those murders. You make it sound so easy. To be honest, it kind of pisses me off a little. You're all trying to frame an innocent person for murder. Don't you understand? I'm not obligated to waste any more time on this pointless discussion. The police are waiting for you outside of this tent. You have nowhere to run. Really now? You think I wouldn't have an escape route prepared? We'll never get used to that, ever. Not in a million years. For example, let's say I gave an order so that all the animals here attacked you. Now, what if I were able to take my leave during the ensuing chaos? What'd you say? You can't be serious. It was just an example. Wouldn't that make for an interesting show? Here's another idea. if I pulled out a hidden gun and took John hostage? That might be more exciting. I will never allow you to do such a thing. You can tell whether or not Simon's being serious. However, when it comes to him, we should consider anything a possibility. You continue to bore me with your drivel, I'll end the show right here. I'd like you to keep that in mind before you make any baseless objections. You make any careless remarks. Isn't there some way I can charge him with his crimes? I think there is. I think there is, because I noticed something in his statements there. Like, it's not, I don't know if it's a silver bullet, but it is a direct contradiction, and that's the power moves in these games, so I think we might be able to use it here. The squirrel and shirt inspires me to build bigger, bolder shoulders. If he can do it, then we can too. Let that squirrel be an inspiration to all of us. Oh, God. Well... Let's see, now that we know he's the mastermind, there's a couple pieces of evidence we can check here. Because here's the thing, the statement I'm looking at here is the last one. Maybe I did say it, but there's no way for you to prove it. So since we know he's the mastermind, we can look at a couple pieces of evidence with fresh eyes. The one I want to see specifically is not that, but the bug recording interception. Wait, was that the one? I think, yeah. See if this works here, I suppose. I could see somebody in here being named John Hostage. Exactly. Like the RICO laws, basically. What even is that device? I think it's supposed to, or it's a cassette recorder. Like, I don't know why you don't see a wire there connecting the microphone to the cassette recorder, but like, I think that's supposed to be a tape recorder. Like, we've seen her pointing that mic at people before. Let's try this. I wish I could read the exact statement, but I think we've got what we need here. It is my firm conviction that you instigated the murders. After all, you told me so yourself. Perhaps I should let you in on this, Mr. Edgeworth. Actually, I was the one who ordered Blaze DeBest to kill Jill Crane. What? Did I say that? I really don't remember. You may think you can deceive us as much as you want, but unfortunately for you, you used a bug to eavesdrop on our conversations. But there was someone else who wiretapped that bug of yours and recorded the whole thing. Was recorded? In other words, the conversation between you and that clown is recorded on this tape? Death by Dolby, I love it! That should be an album name, actually. Langzy says, a schemer drowns in his own schemes, and this is what he meant. Ms. Swift, I'd like to listen to your tape. Roger. Ah, it's right about here. Mr. Edgeworth, Judge Courtney's cell phone is ringing. Who is this? You the person who ambushed Kay? Mr. Edgeworth, I want to listen in on this too. Very well. This is where it starts. Well, I must say. Huh? That's odd. What's wrong? Well, there ain't nothing recorded past this point. What? Why? Why was it recorded? Oh, too bad. So sad. Did you really think I'd leave behind any incriminating evidence? The bug I planted has a special feature. It can be turned on and off with a remote control. What? That sort of thing exists? Certainly, remote-controlled listening devices do exist. However, are you saying you switched off the device so that your own voice would not be recorded? Precisely! Impossible! You couldn't have done that unless you knew you were being recorded. Isn't it obvious I knew? I guess you just don't get it. You could call it a hunch. I had a feeling I was being wiretapped. Ms. Swift, was it? I figured things out because you knew about the kidnapping. Don't tell me. You were listening in on that conversation? That's right. Though come to think of it, I'm surprised you didn't realize it until now. Some genius prosecutor you turned out to be, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh my, and what was the end result of all this? Since you don't have any proof of the instigation charges, it's game over. Mr. Prosecutor, was my recording no help to you at all? Ain't there something? Anything at all in my recording? Swift. Kay. Yes? Bug was planted in your badge, right? Do you have any ideas? How do you expect me to come up with an answer right off the top of my head? You were the only one who came into contact with the culprits. How unsightly. You're all fussing over useless evidence. Let's move on to the next topic. Next! What's this? Seems a bit eager to change the topic of conversation. You were the only one who came into contact with the culprit. Only Kay came into contact with Simon. Any sound was recorded at the time she was with the culprit. Miss Swift, how long have you been recording? Since 2 nights ago, I reckon. It's 2 nights ago. In that case, when could a conversation with Simon could have possibly happened? When Kay's kidnapping happened 2 nights ago. 2 nights ago, Simon brought Kay to the roof. If we listen to the recording from that time frame, Miss Swift, please let us listen to the recording from 2 nights ago. Yeah, we've got Lang and Miles and Courtney against this clown. And yet somehow we're not overwhelming him. A counter bug! They bugged the bug. The badge! It actually is the key this time. Huh? Okie dokie. This is the sound of a hot air balloon. That's right. At the time, Simon was carrying Kay in a hot air balloon. Ergo, he was near Kay. Isn't there anything recorded? That was a gunshot. Seems you were quick to deactivate the bug. However, you were a little too late. Can't run anymore. That gunshot ties you to the case. Huh? What are you saying? There's no gun involved in this case, is there? No. There should be someone connected to the case who fired a gun. Let's strike with the evidence that points to that person. You know, I think there's something that we haven't been able to pull up before. Right, I was actually thinking, I'm trying to think, like, what loose ends do we still have? And we've got one from the very start of this case we've never been able to explain. The autopsy report for what we thought was the president was actually the double. See, does it mention it here? Not mention it here. Yeah, gunpowder residue was found in his right hand. There's never been any mention of a gun in this entire case, but we don't know how he got the gunpowder residue on there. Wait, it was a second double? No, there was only the one double. I think, well, In this case, anyway. So yeah, the one 12 years ago who got killed was the real one. The one who got killed in the monster footprint was the double. I haven't used this one, so it must be this. I have no idea how, though. I knew the gunpowder stain would have to come up at some point, because why would he have the gunpowder residue there? I still don't know, but like, it's right there. Gotta be something. It's the only thing we got as far as gunpowder.
Take that!
It's written right here in the body double's autopsy report. Gunpowder residue was detected on his right hand. Where was Kay at the time that the gunshot was recorded? That's right. She was being carried to the roof of the Grand Tower in your balloon. And as it turns out, there were a few more people on that very same rooftop at the time. You mean the double and me? Certainly after we talked for a brief moment. Body double noticed something and had me leave before him. Now, what if the gunshot rang out after that? We can clearly hear it in the recording. I doubt that you wouldn't have noticed it. You intend to feign ignorance until the very end. That's nothing more than mere conjecture. What we heard in the recording was not just a gunshot. If you listen closely, you can hear the bullet hitting something. Body double was aiming at Simon. The bullet may have struck which piece of evidence? Oh god. Something metal? Something metal. Oh god. It's a really good question. Yeah, when you actually work it out, you feel amazing in these games. I love it. But yeah, I'm the same way relentlessly. You always feel like you're like, yes, I've got this guy, or I don't know what they're talking about. I don't know what this guy wants from me. Right now, I'm kind of feeling like, what does this guy want from me? I mean, if he was aiming at Simon, which is what he said. If he was aiming at Simon, then realistically, the only thing he could have ricocheted off was some part of the basket. It does look like the supports are made of metal there. I suppose. It'd be unusual to bounce a bullet off just those small spaces, but it's not impossible, I suppose. It's not a very good picture.
Take that!
The body double likely fired the gun at the balloon. If we assume that the bullet hit something, it would have been the balloon's basket. Let's examine it immediately. Alright, so now we're talking. Aha! What have we here? What's that? What is that right there? What could it be? This hole. It's a bullet hole! Yeah, the worst is during investigation when you spot a problem and then the trial hours before the game wants you to present it. Yeah, that always frustrates me. I haven't done it too much in the most recent cases, but the earlier cases, oh, it absolutely destroyed me there. Oh, Rux, I haven't thought about that song in a million years. A bullet hole was found in the basket. You won't be able to talk your way out of this one. Alright, it says it updated the data. I don't see any date there, but maybe I can look at the bullet hole later? How do you intend to explain the gunshot and bullet hole? So, you figured it out. You're good. I guess it's impossible to hide anything from you. Spit it out already. Okay, no need to be impatient. It happened when I was riding the balloon to the rooftop. I saw the body double and you, Miss Courtney, on the rooftop. Talk about a surprise. Only the double noticed me. He told Miss Courtney to leave ahead of him. He then pointed a gun at me and fired. Why did he want to shoot down the balloon? It's simple. The body double had intended to kill Miss Courtney. Kill me? That's right. You talked to the double about John, didn't you? Well, it's not like the body double would have met with you otherwise. From his point of view, it was like showing him evidence that he was a fake. You mean he was afraid of Judge Courtney because she knew about John's past? Afraid? That's exactly right. That body double was a coward after all. I even remember how his hands were trembling when he fired the gun at my balloon. Are we all clear now? I was only there by chance. Just a friendly witness who was passing by. Well, we know that's not the case, but how do we prove it is the question. Alright, so we'll save here. I definitely want to press on the first statement because why were you going to the rooftop, dear Liza, dear Liza? Sky whales!
Hold it!
Around what time was that? I think it was around 11 p.m. Should coincide with the time Ms. Courtney and company were on the roof, right? Yes, it was indeed around that time. Doesn't seem to be any contradictions. However, the time frame is important. And it was at that moment... Oh, I'm starting to get an idea here. Ooh, I'm starting to get an idea. I saw the body double and Courtney on the roof. Only the double noticed me. Told Miss Courtney to leave ahead of him. Pointed a gun at me and fired. Alright, that's the end of it. I witnessed testimony from the balloon. So that means if Simon hadn't come, Courtney would probably have been in danger. So, would that mean he saved her life? The motive behind Mr. Key's actions was probably not so noble. After all, this man was there to commit a crime just like the fake president. I suppose his crimes, I'll need to listen carefully to his testimony. There must be an opening somewhere. I think I know what we need to do, but we're going to keep pressing statements to see if there's any better weakness to apply it to. Saw the body double and Miss Courtney.
Hold it!
Are you saying this rooftop rendezvous was beyond your expectations? There's no way I could have known about that beforehand. Well, once the dust settled, I could guess what would have happened though. The double had intended to kill Miss Courtney. Hey, did you realize that? No, I did not realize it. It's because you were blabbing on and on about that kid. What kind of mother are you? This thing's gone badly. Your kid might have died because of you.
Objection!
I'm your opponent, not her. Don't change this conversation. Courtney, I'd like you to please leave this to me. My apologies, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Oh, goddess of law. Please watch over this man and grant him aid. Ha! You're making me laugh. This lady didn't even notice the balloon. Somehow she didn't, which is pretty crazy, actually. Shane's be like, hang on a moment, hang on. But only the double noticed me. He told Miss Courtney to leave ahead of him.
Hold it!
He had her leave ahead of him. Didn't you say the body double had planned to kill her? Maybe you thought it'd be bad if someone saw the scene of the murder. At the time, no one knew that the president was a fake, right? Once he got the info on John, he'd be able to kill both mother and son whenever he wanted. Thank goodness he's dead. Now you're both safe. You should be happy. Whatever emotions you have towards that man, please put them aside till it's all over. And now, please continue your story. As you wish. And so, that cowardly body double must have panicked when an eyewitness suddenly appeared from the skies. Maybe she's balloon blind. Terrible condition right there. Balloon took a lot of points in stealth like Godzilla from the US film. Oh god. He then pointed a gun at me and fired.
Hold it.
The bullet struck the balloon's basket cleanly. I panicked and quickly tried to get away so he wouldn't shoot me down, but talk about a close call. You say you tried to get away right then. That's right. Is there a problem? Is there a problem with this statement? I think there is. Like I said, I know where we're going eventually. I'm just trying to figure out how to get there properly. You must have placed K on the rooftop. You couldn't have gotten away before then, correct? Yeah, that's right. I forgot. After the body double fired one shot, he entered the hatch to the 51st floor. There we go. That's what I was waiting for. I looked around for a bit and then landed on the roof. Please add that statement to your testimony. Sure, I don't mind. Like I said, I was waiting for a clean shot here, and that's exactly what we got there. So, after the double fired one shot, he entered the hatch to the 51st floor. One tiny little problem with that, friend. One itty bitty little problem. Where is that thing? Assuming it's still in my inventory. Please, there we go. Lana's testimony is that 2 nights ago, the president never passed through the 51st floor storeroom. I have a problem for you there, friend. Me trying to stop Phoenix from thinking about Edgeworth and do his job? You're never going to win that fight, unfortunately.
Objection.
God, it's always weird when Lada's actually useful. Once again, you lied. Lied? The body double could not have entered the storeroom on the 51st floor 2 nights ago. Ms. Hart's testimony proves it. What? How could you trust that sham journalist's testimony? What'd you say? Can't insult my mentor like that. 2 nights ago, that lady was staking out the 51st floor. Given that, just how did that body double leave the roof? Indeed. That is what we must now prove. That's been the big mystery. Although they've been circling around it, rather than going straight at it. But now it's finally time. Which is nice, because now we finally know how it happened. If he did not use the elevator or the 51st floor to leave the roof, and only one route remains. How did the body double leave the roof without using the elevator or the 51st floor? Well, that's easy. He took the dadgum balloon.
Take that.
The body double flew. Flew? Simon Keys, he rode in your balloon.
Objection.
Hey, stop joking around. Why would I have needed to give the body double a lift?
Objection.
The elevator had a security camera. The 51st floor was being watched by Ms. Hart. Your balloon was the only way the body double could have left the roof.
Objection.
At the circus, we often perform dangerous stunts in order to surprise the audience. Do you think you've got me cornered? Sorry, but the show ends here. What? Hey you, Lana, was it? I'd like to ask you something. Are you saying you stood watch on the 51st floor the entire time without any breaks? Well, reckon course. There ain't no mistakes in my testimony. Lana, no. Lana, no. God, Lana! Oh, fuck. Tiger in the background's like, dang, this guy's doing good. I like this dude. Oh, Lana, you would be so useful if you just stop lying for 10 seconds. Really now? But didn't the sound of Mr. Edgeworth's assistant falling into the storeroom cause you to faint? I didn't mention it before, but after that I might have dozed off a little. To be more precise, I fainted? Well, something like that. So something did happen. Ms. Hart, I have determined the sound that made you faint. It was likely the sound of K falling into the storeroom floor. what's your point? Nobody's perfect. Look at her, Mr. Edgeworth. That's the kind of person you're relying on.
Objection!
Kay fell into the storeroom after the body double had left the roof.
Objection!
In that case, I have a theory on how things happened. After that coward body double fire shot at me, you went and hid in the shadows until Kay fell into the storeroom. What? So what if he was hiding?
Objection!
Okay, no, you're not helping. Good grief, you guys still haven't noticed? What if the body double stayed hidden until Lott had fainted? And then he went down to the 51st floor. That can't be. Precisely. The locked room mystery on the roof has been unlocked. You can said it in my voice. But wait, there's more. I told the hidden body double about John Marsh. That's why he attacked John the next day during practice, but got himself killed instead. In other words, the one who murdered the body double was none other than John.
Objection!
John had no motive to kill the body double.
Objection!
He knew he was the real president's son. And how would he have known that? Because I told him so, in a letter. What did you say? That is a lie. Yep, it's all a lie. Huh? But then again, maybe not. Maybe I really did tell him. Right, Sean? It's true that I caused Muzilla's head to fall, but I didn't know about my dad until today. I'm not lying. Oh, really? I wonder about that. I found out about the head falling thanks to the mug. Now, if you were the one who caused it to fall, and the body double was crushed to death, that settles it. You're the culprit. You successfully carried out your revenge. Congratulations. All the pieces of the puzzle are now in place. As Mr. Edgeworth would say, the logic fits. Now then, any rebuttals? Oh, crap. All she does is eat hot chip and I could use a hype tiger. That sounds like some weird late night infomercial product. The hype tiger. Hot chip good. True. I'm glad I'm getting a good punchable voice for him here. Manipulating humans into fighting with each other sounds just like me, right? I did the same thing to Nightly and Blaze. At any rate, there's no way the body double could have gone for a ride in my balloon. The double was crushed by the monster's head, right? And who was it that caused the monster's head to fall? Do you understand now who the body double's real killer is? The truth that I provided them with gave them a big motive for murder. Get it? Those two tried to kill each other because of the truth you're so fond of. Impossible. Hey, you detectives over there, hurry up and arrest this murderer. What's wrong? Why aren't you moving? Damn. I thought so. Just admit it. In the end, aren't you all the same as Blaze and the body double? You ignore the prime suspect and come after me without any evidence. How easy it can be distorted to best suit your needs, this law you all believe in. That is by no means true. If you're not gonna arrest anyone, maybe I should have a talk with the policeman outside. If I tell them that John Marsh is the killer, they'll be forced to take action. Simon Keys, your testimony isn't over yet. One more time! Really? I figured you'd try to stop me, Mr. Edgeworth. You don't have any evidence, do you? Which means there's no chance for you to win, right? But if you still plan to stop me, you should be prepared to take on this much risk. Oh shit! You notice my half of my health bar is blinking, which means if I get something wrong, half my health bar is gone. So basically I can only be wrong once. Oh god. That much? It's only natural. After all, the fate of the true culprit, John Marsh, is at stake here. Hey, Miles. Why don't you take a nice deep breath? Your shields? Times like this, you should take a breather and think back. Defense attorneys always remain calm in a pinch and smile in the face of danger. Point of contention between your logic and these claims lies in the body double's escape route. Is this true? Save me, save me, save, yes. Please. Save scum, come to my aid! How's about, for example, we think of it like this. What's important isn't whether or not the body double got on the balloon. Rather, if we were to assume he did, what circumstances would have allowed for that? Turn my thinking around. Well, all I'm doing is a cheap imitation of your old man. Did it help? Circumstances that would have allowed the body double to get on the balloon. Right. The body double not only had a large build, but he also had a gun. In spite of that, no trace of sleeping drugs were found in his system. Which means... can't be. Mr. Edgeworth, are you ready yet? Hope you haven't forgotten about this. Oh, stop throwing that in my face! This is bad. I must break his testimony somehow. Oh god, alright. Oh god, this is gonna be tough. I'm definitely gonna save because I am in tremendous danger. We can only be wrong once. Oh god, oh god, oh god, let's see, so don't think about whether the body double used the balloon, but rather if he did, what circumstances would enable him to. I wonder. Hang on. No way the body double could have gone. So usually in these games, when the witnesses ask us a question, it's not rhetorical. Now we've been assuming, of course, that he was crushed by the monster's head, because we know the monster's head fell. Right where he was found anyway. But we just happen to have seen something heavy just now. Not only that, but because of the bullet hole, we know that that heavy thing was above the body double. You don't think? John was not the one who killed the body double. He was crushed by a monster. Quit clowning around! This isn't like you at all! Oh, I get it! Since John's supposed to understand the heart of a monster. The one who understands the heart of a monster is you. Not even I have monsters for friends, you know? Stop being so modest. Didn't you have one very important friend? A monster you control at will. Simon Keys, you're the one who killed the body double. That's... a lion balloon. A monster made of cloth that expands when filled with hot air. Suits you quite well, wouldn't you agree? Sorry, but I have no idea what you're talking about. The real monster was the clown we met along the way. Truth? You've been fixated on your claim that you manipulated Jean in the body double. Probably because it's an impossible fantasy of yours. After all, even an animal tamer cannot tame the dead. The body double had already been murdered when he was on the roof. And the murder weapon was the balloon you were in. I see. Although it floats in the air, that balloon still weighs several hundred pounds. When the double threatened you on the rooftop, you immediately came up with a plan to defend yourself. And that plan was to crush him with your balloon. Whether the body double wanted to get on, or whether he was carrying a gun, none of that matters. Because what you carried in your balloon was the body double's corpse. Hold on a second, Mr. Edgeworth. You're saying the double was killed on the rooftop 2 nights ago? Well, that simply doesn't match up with the time of death. What did you say? That's not like you at all, Mr. Edgeworth. Take a good look at the autopsy report. The time of death was around 11 p.m. last night. Last night? That's right, the very night that Moozilla's head fell. I mean, he's right there. That's a contradiction. Yeah, balloons are not very easy to steer, but I suppose if he was if he was pretty close above him and he just sort of pulled the thing and it dropped down fast, it's hard to imagine a balloon dropping that fast, but yeah, it would have been a very narrow set of circumstances that would have allowed that to happen, including the body double just not having a great sense of self-preservation. Yeah, it would have already be on course for him, which it kind of looked like it was, because he was trying to land on the roof as it was. That was already his intention. He just kind of had to do it faster than he was planning. Well, Johnny boy, come on, how about telling us the truth? You killed your father, right? I know the feeling. You hated him, didn't you? Your father who left you all alone forever? You're wrong. I had no idea that guy was my dad. Not this again. Didn't I personally tell you myself? Was my logic wrong? Mr. Edgeworth, allow me to thank you once again for chasing down Blaze and Patricia and bringing them both to ruin. My revenge was a success, all thanks to your logic. Only the time of death matched up, then my logic would fit. Perhaps he did something to throw off the time of death? And what's more, Dane Gustavia, was it? You even took down the culprit of the IS-7 incident. Gustavia? The IS-7 incident? That's it! Gustavia killed Dover and hid his body in a block of ice. Mr. Gustavia intended to freeze the body in order to throw off the time of death. If the time of death had coincided with the tea party, Mr. Gustavia would have been suspected. That is correct. Yeah, up, down, slow, and down fast, basically, yeah. It's a shame that I didn't get to witness his destruction. How can you say that? Wasn't Mr. Gustavia your father, Simon? I'm scared. I'm so scared. Miss Rowland keeps asking me about that day. Daddy, help me. Why won't you come save me? Is it because I broke my promise with you and didn't eat your sweets? I couldn't care less. My father left me all alone. Even if we share the same blood, that man is not my father. Yeah, daddy issues. Not the first time that's come up in these tourney games. I hate to say it, but like father, like son, You're the spitting image of him, Simon. The father you hated so much. Huh? What are you talking about? Must have been fate. By sheer coincidence, you just happened to use the exact same method your father did. To throw off the victim's time of death. This is one of my favorite songs in the Ace Attorney games. That intro right there is so good. And we rescued him from the refrigerated warehouse near the harbor, pal. Refrigerated warehouse? You're saying that I threw off the time of death? How would I have done that? Answer lies in where you hid the body double's body. This was the place used to hide the body. Literally the place they were just talking about right now. I guess this is a memory challenge. Ace Attorney is chock full of people with father issues. Hey, Miles. Right here.
Take that!
Throwing off the time of death by freezing the body along with John's kidnapping. Seems that everything is coming together. Kidnapping? Why are we going back to that? I don't know a thing about it. Don't forget, John was confined in a refrigerated warehouse. That's right, you kept the body double's corpse in that very same warehouse. 18 years ago, your father hid a body in the same way. What? My father? The one who abandoned me did the same thing? Who would have guessed that both father and son used the same method?
Objection!
Stop it! Don't lump me in with that guy! My father? I'm nothing like him. There's not a single connection between us.
Objection!
You may think so, but even now, your bond with Mr. Gustavia still remains. Didn't you say once before, I don't like sweets? That may have come from the shock of losing your father, don't you think? You guys have no idea what you're saying. Even if you deny your father, aren't your thoughts and actions the same? They don't look anything alike. Particularly your belief of sacrificing others to protect yourself. And finally, your crimes were brought to light just as his were. And there's the breakdown. Just kidding. Crap, I thought we had him there. I don't know anything about that warehouse. I had nothing to do with the kidnapping after all.
Objection!
In order to threaten Judge Courtney, it's clear that you partook in the kidnapping.
Objection!
How scary. Those who get involved with you will be charged with all sorts of crimes. In the end, there's no evidence. For the instigation and for the kidnapping. None at all. What? You gonna forge some evidence? Just like Blaze and the rest? I do nothing of the sort. Can't let him provoke me. I suppose you could technically free fall, which I imagine he must do it probably close to doing if he, crushed the dude to death. Track is so good. Breakdown has him pulling his hair out. I didn't even think about that, Kissa. God damn it. Oh, it's gonna kill me. You always say, I'll pursue the truth no matter what, right? Ha! Do you mean only the truth that's most convenient to you? After all, that's how the police pull the wool over the eyes of those without power. Can't. And that's why my revenge was necessary. None of you can catch me! Not Patricia, not Blaze, and not even you. Mr. Edgeworth, at this rate, isn't there anything we can do? All my logic points to this man. I just need evidence. Even a single piece of evidence would suffice. Well, it's been a fun show, but looks like it's time for the curtains to close. If you'd like, why don't you come and see my next performance? I'll let you if you admit defeat. is that? Sorry to keep it waiting, Mr. Edgeworth. Gummy, where'd you go? I was just doing the job that I'm able to do, pal. Detective Gumshoe, your report, please. I did a quick investigation, sir, about the warehouse John was at. Oh yeah, I forgot we sent him over there. That refrigerated warehouse is currently being rented by the Berry Big Circus, just as Mr. Edgeworth said. Ha! So it's finally here, our trump card. Well done, Detective Gumshoe. Now then, Mr. Keys. There must be some mistake. Maybe it has something to do with the circus? I see. Indeed, we are not well informed with the affairs of the circus. In that case, why don't we get your boss's opinion on this? Regina? You're renting a refrigerated warehouse to store the animals' food, but I don't know much about the place. After all, I let Simon handle everything. Curse you! Simon? How scary. What a shame. Seems your desperate actions after the crime were in vain. If the body was found in the warehouse, suspicion would have fallen on you, the one in charge. That's why you specifically moved the body back to the Grand Tower, wasn't it? However, us finding John confined at the warehouse was a fatal mistake on your part. Our resident great thief and detective are both rather exemplary. What's wrong? I can even tell through your face paint that you're looking pale. It's not over yet, Mr. Edgeworth. Your logic is missing the most important piece of evidence. Oh, please do tell. Isn't it obvious? Evidence that I killed the body double with the balloon. Can't present it, can you? After all, there's no way such evidence could possibly exist. Evidence. It exists. What'd you say? Mr. Key has murdered the victim. Traces of the murder should still remain here. Are we thinking of the balloon? Yeah, if he was crushed by the balloon, there should be something there, right? Like, I imagine. Every time Gumshoe helps, like, it's a surprise, but also it's a delight. Like, I give him a lot of shit, but we love Gumshoe. Hey, Hooded Whale Hog, welcome in. How are you doing today?
Take that!
It should become clear once we examine the basket of this balloon. Ha! The balloon again? Didn't you already find the bullet hole? There's no way you'll find anything else there. It'll be fine, right, Mr. Edgeworth? Mr. Edgeworth is a hero who always finds the truth no matter what he's up against. That's right, pal. Of course it's gonna be fine. Mr. Edgeworth has gotten out of more impossible situations than I can count. Miles, I believe in you too. But more importantly, I'm sure your old man watching over you believes in you as well. Miles Edgeworth, calm down and think. You're just one step away from the perfect proof. Body double was killed by this balloon. Proof lies in traces left on the basket. Simon Keys, it's time for you to atone for your crimes. I'll see it with my own eyes. The moment this past case is settled once and for all. Please, Prosecutor Edgeworth, deliver the final blow to this unforgivable person. We don't slander Gumshoe in this house, we just tease him a little. Getting through it, that's good, that's good. Hopefully we can help make it a little easier on you, Hooded Whale Hog. This is the final piece of evidence that proves your crimes. What traces were left on the balloon that crushed the victim? Ooh. I mean, we did find traces on the body before, right? So, if they were on the body, it stands to reason there should also be some of the flower pollen on the balloon, right?
Take that!
When John found the body, a bouquet of lion lilies was there as well. Iron lilies. Flowers from Zingfa that represent the bond between parent and child. That's your evidence? Surely they must be buried under a mountain of garbage by now. Moreover, the one who threw it away was John himself. That's how much of a bond now is it? The language of flower stuff has nothing to do with this. Calm down, John. Certainly, you may have thrown the flowers away. However, I believe those emotions remain as strong as ever. In very dramatic, Android. Those bonds will surely protect you from that man in the form of my final piece of evidence. What the heck are you talking about? Those flowers were crushed. Ergo, they must have come into contact with the murder weapon. Perhaps we'll find the very same pollen still stuck to the basket of your balloon. No way! You guys examined the basket just a few moments ago. If there had been any yellow pollen stuck on there, wouldn't you have noticed it then?
Objection!
Mr. Keys, evidence is not restricted to what you can see with the naked eye. What? Emma? Yes. Would you perform one more scientific investigation for us? Leave it to me, the balloon's basket, right? Ah, a reaction. This is clearly pollen from a yellow flower. We'll find out soon enough whether or not it's from the same flower. What? I'd say this proves that the body double's death was caused directly by your own hand. No way! That's... this can't be! You crushed the body double to death on the roof of the tower. Then you retrieved the body and hid it in a warehouse. Why did he have to go to the trouble of retrieving the body? 2 nights ago, he knew that a separate incident would occur at the tower. Ah, Miss Crane's? Precisely. Leaving the body there would have disrupted his plans. I see. But even so, he couldn't leave the body in the circus warehouse either. Exactly. So the next day, when he was bringing the body back to the tower once again, he saw the small fire John started, which caused the Moozilla's head to fall. Was that when the idea came to you? Your plan to pin the crime on John? Ugh! You made it look like the murder weapon was the fallen head. Such foul, cowardly behavior. For that reason, you carried the double's body in the balloon and lowered it into the film was. At that time, the figure of the body double being lowered down by a rope was captured in John's video recording. Oh, the dead guy, jeez. Damn, it was all... You saw through it all? Damn it! Damn you! You manipulated animals, you manipulated people, and you manipulated cases. Almost as if you were a king. However, it's now all come to an end. Simon, the animals have gotten angry. Even Money and Mystique. You never thought of them as your friends at all. How sad. Damn it! Don't you look at me with those eyes! About time you went back to being a mere clown. A fitting end to your pitiful Jester's act. Stay away! Get away from me! Stop it! Please stop it! Daddy, help me! I'm scared! I'm so scared. I don't know anything. I didn't do anything bad. They were the bad ones, weren't they? Chris, why? Why did you stop me? If he hadn't done that, I couldn't even trust the police. Nobody would help me. But that man, back then he saved me. The only one who helped me was Dogen. So I used everyone else. What's wrong with that? Stop it! Don't come any closer! Stop! Oh my god! What? worth the wait. That was well worth the wait. Oh, God. Animal abuse? Yes. Abuse of animals? Double yes. Mother Nature is angry. Incredibly cathartic. Oh, my God. The trunk coming down. The cat punched him in the face was what got me. Oh, my God. Seems the game is finally over. Oh, hey, Shelly. Shelly the killer! Why? He's gonna escape from here again, even though there's cops everywhere. The punching gorilla! Mr. Edgeworth, I must thank you. You have exposed the true identity of the mastermind. Now, I am free to... What? Drawing a gun would be most inadvisable. Stay where you are and do not move. Oh, God! I don't have a gun. You do have a gun, do you not? You intended to draw and fire it without anyone noticing. You must have taken it from the body double when he killed him. This man has betrayed his bond of trust with me. He would have me kill the president while knowing full well he was the body double. Lying about a target is an extremely dangerous thing to do to an assassin. Not having all the cards on the table can seriously jeopardize an assassination. However, what is even more unforgivable is your deception and your attempt to manipulate me. The time has come for your retribution. Stop! Holy shit! You're... It's been far too long, Shelley. Please step aside. That man's my prey. I must ask you to spare his life. Please permit this young acolyte to receive his proper punishment in prison. Hell of a Mexican standoff right here. Oh yeah, it does tie back to the one with the minks is the one you're thinking of. Oh jeez. And if I refuse? His is the first life I have saved. I will not allow it to be taken away so easily. You saved a life. The assassin Sirhan Dogan. Ironic, is it not? That I, the one who has taken countless lives, am making a plea for this young one's life. He saved my life just as I've saved his. Before I knew it, you were quite fond of the lad. You may laugh at me as much as you wish. However, I must ask that you spare the life of the boy. From one assassin to another, please make this allowance. I understand. If you're willing to go that far. You have my thanks. I am in your debt. No need for thanks. Simply felt there would be no merit in a fight to the death with you. That is all. And with that, I must take my leave. Damn it, wait! Prosecutor Edgeworth, I must thank you as well. It was necessary for this young acolyte to be put in his place. And that you have done. Now then, it's time for me to return to my humble cage surrounded by iron bars. Right, Anubis? Right, boy? Oh, look who's here. Hey, priest guy, you killed my dad, right? Indeed. I am not one to forget those I have slain. I see. You must despise me, boy with horns. In that case... Ugh. John! Do not panic. I simply lent the boy with horns my knife. Take that knife and run it through my throat. A single stab should do it. I have long grown weary of my wooden carvings. Revenge. John, don't do it! John, please, I beg of you. Till just now, I had intended to seek revenge, no matter how many years it took. Revenge? Revenge is good. Really good. All your pain and suffering slips away. Everything becomes numb, and you'll feel nothing. Yeah, you may be right. I thought about that while I listened to what you had to say. John? But the only one who would be satisfied with revenge would be myself, right? If I became a murderer, my mom would go through even more pain and suffering. My friends from the movie, too. And all those people who care about me as well. The boy with horns says some interesting things. That's right. I finally get it now. I'll never forgive you, but I'm not the one who should punish you. After all, isn't that what my mom and that prosecutor guy here are here for? John. John, you just said some really profound stuff now. Hey, perhaps you should study up a little more yourself. That's so. Well then, young one. It's time for us to depart. Where to? To prison, of course. That place will be our home. Our home? And with that, the case that involved and affected so many people came to a close. Ooh, jeez, the sweaty ice cream cone, oh my god. The writers do love the assassin characters, they're very anime. Pet that dog! Hey, Kais, welcome in, how are you doing today? Hope you're doing well. But then I saw that you're a goofball in a clown costume and I snapped out of it. Yeah, I mean, they just seem to go. There's a bunch of police outside the tent. Where were they? However, still one last thing I had to do. April 8th, 2:54 p.m., Grand Tower PIC meeting room. Oh yeah, there is kind of one last thing we need to wrap up here. The one of the big running storylines of the game here. All right, well, let's get this done. See what he wants to decide here. Mr. Edgeworth, sorry to keep you waiting. Why'd you call Uncle Ray and the rest of us out here? Mr. Edgeworth, the formal proceedings have come to a close. What are you talking about? This is the place where I want to relinquish my prosecutor's badge. This is your prosecutor's badge. Prosecutor Edgeworth, what is the meaning of this? Consider this my resignation. I am no longer a prosecutor. In order to save me when I was suffering from memory loss, you... A certain man once said, the only ally a defendant has is their attorney. By trusting in their client, an attorney draws closer to the truth. The sight of that man still shines brilliantly in my eyes. Just as the image of my father fighting in court does. Gregory. However, this is nothing more than that man and my father's way of life. It is not mine. Mr. Edgeworth. I think I should live as a prosecutor after all. I see. So, you've made your decision. I'm sorry. No, I understand. That's your answer, isn't it? It is. Okay, that's the end of this conversation. Don't regret it. Even if you beg me later, I won't let you work for me ever again. I understand. But you know, Miles, mind if I ask why you chose to live as a prosecutor? Question. Yeah, I don't know why I won't say Phoenix's name. I do know they said why Phoenix doesn't appear in these games. They said they worried that if like Phoenix showed up to save the day, like it would make Edgeworth feel like a sidekick. So they're like, Miles needed to do everything on his own. Like if Phoenix showed up, it might lessen him in comparison. So I get that at least, but I can say his name, right? You can say my boyfriend, it's fine. He's still shy about that. Mr. Shields, you asked me this before. Fight crime as a prosecutor, or save people as a defense attorney. I want you to think carefully about how you want to live your life from now on. I've thought long and hard about that question ever since. How should I live my life? After this case concluded, I finally found my answer. I want to save people as a prosecutor. As a prosecutor? Simon Keyes. He too was a victim. He lost a parent in a past murder, and with it, the ability to believe in anything else. I too know that feeling. Feeling of losing what's important to you, and being unable to believe in anything. I doubted everything during my lonely battles in those days. All I can hope to do is get every defendant declared guilty. The one who saved me was... Nope, still not Snowden. Maybe it's a royalty issue? I don't think so, because they're both made by Capcom, so it shouldn't be. Phoenix shows up in the post-credit scene to recruit him to the Avengers Initiative, of course. Mr. Keyes must have been all alone. Unable to find salvation from the law, he had no choice but to turn his hand to revenge. Suppose you never thought to seek help from the police. No way, no way, no way! As long as Blaze was around, any evidence would be destroyed by him. Actually, didn't something like that almost happen today during Patricia's trial? I want to save those like Simon Keyes. So, how would you save him? I'm sure this tragedy could have been avoided if only he could have relied on the courts. Instead, he was cornered by Blaze the Best, who used the power of law for evil. The form of the law can change depending on who wields it. It can be at once a shield to protect and a blade to harm. That too is a contradiction of the law. Contradiction, huh? It's true. Sure is a contradiction in the law. The way the law is right now, it isn't always completely right. The only way to right those contradictions is by joining in the court system. The one who could have saved Simon Keyes was not an attorney, but rather a watchman of the law, prosecutor. I shall face the contradictions of the law as a prosecutor. I see. It's just like you. But you know, it'll be tough. Won't just be a walk in the park. You'll be going up against the law itself. You realize that, right? I do. However, someone must. Yep. Uncle Ray believes in you too. The law evolves and grows, just like all of us do. I'm sure you can pull it off. Bro, you're Gregory's son. Your old man would never give up, no matter what. His eyes always saw only what lay straight ahead. Miles, when you chose to live as a prosecutor, your eyes looked just like your father's. Looks like you've grown up a bit. I really wish your old man could see you now. Thank you very much, Mr. Shields. So then, Prosecutor Edgeworth, allow me to formally return this to you. Please do. I, Justine Courtney, as a member of the PIC, do hereby return to Miles Edgeworth the rights and privileges of a prosecutor in the name of the Goddess of Law. We got the badge! Oh, I felt naked without it. It's been so long. technically, he and Maya do appear once, but much like the previous investigations, a background cameo that you have to do something very specific to trigger. Ooh, I did not know that. Interesting, interesting. She showed us our badge! Weird, but I'll take it. And with that, Prosecutor Edgeworth is revived. That's great, sir! So then, Prosecutor Edgeworth, it's time for Uncle Ray to make his exit. I have to report to your old man about all the traitors in the Edgeworth family. Thank you for everything, truly. Next time we meet, just might be in the courtroom. Hope you'll be ready. Uncle Ray might not look it, but he's an ace attorney after all. I'll look forward to seeing the attorney my father trained in action. Take care. Prosecutor Edgeworth, welcome back. Judge Courtney, I must give my thanks to you as well. Me? You sought to fix the corruption within the PIC from the inside. That must truly have been a lonely battle. No, it was not, for I was never alone. Because the goddess of law is always by your side, right? You made me realize that one could fight in such a way. Prosecutor's office. No, the entire legal world is caught up in this contradiction. That cannot be set right. There's a truth that will never see the light of day. It's only through your help that I was able to find this new path. One that fights against the contradictions in the law. I too find that promising, as one in the service of the goddess of law. You shall certainly succeed in helping the law grow. Let us meet again in the courtroom. Yes. I must apologize for my shameful acts during the trial 2 days ago. Next time, I shall fulfill my duties as judge perfectly. Your Honor, I do not intend to speak regarding your ideals. Prosecutor Edgeworth? However, the greatest judge I know is one overflowing with humanity. Even during a trial, that judge experiences happiness, anger, sadness, and joy. But never, nonetheless, always hands down the correct verdict in the end. It's difficult to say. Sometimes I feel that perfection is not always correct. So, a judge too has the right to behave in such a manner. Thank you very much. Prosecutor Edgeworth, when I pursued and fought against Blaze de Best, the goddess of law was not the only one by my side. Ah, it's John! When I have this cutout with me, I feel a strange sense of courage well up from within. No matter how painful things became, no matter how strong the foe, when I remembered that I am not alone, able to keep moving forward. Wrongs must be put to right, for John's sake as well. John too lost his father in a past crime. That is more important to me than even the words of the goddess of law. Though I'm sure the goddess would be angered by those words. Your bonds with your son is the secret to your strength, I imagine. I don't have to be perfect, just want to grow little by little. Both as a judge and as a mother. That is how I feel. Seems there is much each of us has yet to learn. Agreed, we are still but children before the world. Let us grow in our respective paths until we meet again. I shall look forward to that reunion. May the blessings of the goddess of law be upon you as you follow your new path. We do need the stinking badges. Yeah, why doesn't she have a photo with her son? Lives with him, surely she could get one. Well, I once lost my badge as a prosecutor so that I may tread a new path as a prosecutor. I will surely reach the world waiting at the end of the path, no matter how difficult the path may be. If any seek to stop me on my path, they shall receive no mercy. No matter who they may be, I will shout just one word. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Ace Attorney Investigations 2. And now we get a montage from the past case, it looks like. Chief, what sort of scoops are you aiming for next? Hey, Ain't you a journalist? There ain't nothing more important than information. You may be apprentice, but you're still my business rival. I ain't gonna tell you everything. And that's my mentor, alright. I reckon you're even more prepared than me. I understand. I'll get my information using my own 2 feet. Yeah, that's the spirit. By the way, would you mind me asking what sort of scoop you're aiming for next? Huh? Chief? You don't need to be stingy. I'm your mentor after all. That's just heinous. Some people never change, I suppose. Thank you for all the GGs, everybody. I appreciate that. Dramatic pointing. It seems that the wound on my left arm has yet to heal. The bodyguard who inflicted this wound upon me. This is a name I will never forget. Now then, shall I return to being a simple ice cream salesman? Perhaps this time I should try being a crepe salesman instead. For now, I shall live a calm life, until my services are required once more. And of course he easily got away, somehow, again. Getting to catch up on everybody here. I might have been knocked out once by that prosecutor named Edgeworth, but I'll keep on trying to escape. I won't let him dampen my fighting spirit. Ain't that right, Rocky? The gong that'll sound off my next escape will ring out soon enough. Till then, let's keep working out. Those two were adorable. Are you inquiring into my studies to become a pet groomer? I'm working as hard as ever, spending every day covered in mud. Perhaps this suits my true nature far better than the life of a newspaper salesman. Once I leave the prison, I hope to earn an honest wage as a pet trimmer. Oh? My sentence has been extended? Because I was Warden Roland's accomplice? Oh, Why do you think I've been giving rat's ass about these stupid animals' well-being? Tell them what's a pet trimmer's license! Damn it! I love that animation so much. Whips that thing like a goddamn frisbee. Oh, the polar bear! Regina was really shocked by the truth about Simon, too. I mean, I trusted him as my subordinate. But there's no use fretting over it. The show must go on. I have to do my best so that I won't lose to the magic or ventriloquist divisions. I'll put on the greatest performance ever, one that'll blow away this entire case. Good luck with that. There's a ventriloquist division? I don't remember if we met them before. It seems I have grown soft in my old age. Right, Anubis? Right, boy? I think the life I saved on a whim 18 years ago would drive me to such lengths. Thanks to that, I'm confined to my humble cell once more. Well, this time that child is here as well. Perhaps it won't be such a bore. Right, boy? Oh god, these two! I'm not doing the singing. Oh god. Oh. Mr. Shields, Prosecutor Edgeworth, I am truly grateful to them. I cannot believe I am able to eat your desserts once more, Monsieur Master. Oh, I have been allowed to distribute my treats in both the detention center and the prison. For the past 18 years, I have brought joy to one and all with my delicious sweets. Malchus! Oh god! I miss the prison guards with the jazz hands. Those guys were the best. Yesy! Thanks for everything, boys! Of course, I owe Greggy my thanks too. After all, I get to stuff myself with Jeffy's delicious desserts once again. Boy, next time, maybe I'll use one of Jeffy's sweets to create a new drug. The tuck-in diet. You'll tuck in your stomach while you tuck into desserts. It'll be delicious and slimming, and also good for your health. She's kind of terrifying. Please don't take drugs made by the tiny crazy lady. Man, I'm glad I get to meet and sketch in so many beauties. But Mandy caught a glimpse of my beauty sketch. She had a misunderstanding and clobbered me in the face with my sketchbook. So in exchange for my sketch of beauties, I had one beauty walk out on me. Maybe it's time for me to start getting more serious about my life. Do I take the path of an artist, or do I follow the path of my heart? Oh, and by heart, I mean the heart of my new lady. Oh, Larry, you're not going anywhere, buddy. You're in the dead end. It's where you live. Mr. Bad, thanks for all your help today. I'll testify about the IS-7 incident as much as you need me to. Prosecutor Edgeworth was pretty active, too. He chose not to take the same path as Gregory, but rather to live as a prosecutor. Well, I am kind of sad I won't get to work with him, but I'll continue to watch over him. Looks like you've grown up quite a bit yourself. I'm so happy. Mr. Bad actually praised me. If you ever need a hand from Attorney Raymond Shields, give me a call anytime, any place. Yeah, there you could follow a path off a steep cliff. My crimes were punished far more leniently than I expected. Once it was proven that I had been threatened. Ouch! No crime is more heavy or light than any other. I'm sorry. Of course I regret what I did. However, I'm so glad I can still be together with you, Granny. Huh? You want to hurry back to work? That's right. The next corpse is waiting for us, after all. That's a weird thing to say. I'm glad that my scientific investigation came in handy this time around as well. Good thing I rushed back here all the way from Europe. Now, I have to leave again. It kind of takes the fire out of a girl, as you can imagine. But it's all so that I can become an actual forensic scientist. So then, I guess it's time to go. Now, if anything comes up, be sure to call me right away. The second I get the word, I'll dash right over. Not a good way to do your studies right there. Yeah, there's a lot of characters that wanted to run through here. This is a packed game. Don't eat paper. Weirdo. The greater the father, the greater the expectations are for their children. Prosecutor de Best, was it? His way of life shall be tested henceforth. Just as mine was. Miles Edgeworth chose to live a different life from his father as a prosecutor. I suppose that too is an answer. I mean, yeah, literally. And I like that they've got all the fan translation credits in there too. They deserve their credits. They worked real hard on this. I could never have imagined the truth that my old man was hiding. Unlike me, who only thought about the Lang clan. My old man was trying to protect an entire nation. But I swear to you all that I would carry on his will. Even if the president was a fake, and the real one was murdered. I swear that I, together with my men, shall revive Zhengfa. Someday I'll surely show you all a Zhengfa brimming with life. This is easily one of the most impressive fan translations I have ever seen. Like, absolutely wild. Holy shit. Wait, ProZD did a voice in this? Holy shit. I had no idea about that. Oh, please tell me it didn't lock up right here. Oh god, did it lock up right now? Seriously? Please tell me it didn't. Yeah, I think it did. Oh god, we'll have to see where the autosave is, I guess. Unless this is just the end of the credits, which I suppose that's possible. Alright. Hang on a second, we're gonna see if we can save this. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got. What a bad place to... I was worried the whole end game. I'm like, please don't lock up here. Please don't. Please don't do it. And then it did it. Oh god. There we go. Oh, of course it didn't autosave during the credits. That would have been too easy. I don't think I have a fast forward here or anything. Well, I guess I don't need to read everything again so we can chat while it's going, so that's a thing. I don't think I can speed it up is all is the problem, unfortunately. I do want to see those voice credits again now that I know that ProZD did a voice, because holy shit, that's awesome. Now I'm gonna have to look up the Japanese voices for the game, because now I'm super curious. I thought it was the original voices. I had no idea those were re-recorded. Let's see, still can't believe they had Emma not being a forensic scientist this long in a world where star prosecutor teenagers and babies are all over the place. Emma's a bit of a sucker. She wanted to actually go to school and actually finish a course. I mean, aside from all the, you know, flying outside of the country to have escapades. Oh well, that's Emma for you. Oh god, now we have to hope it doesn't lock up again. We've never had it lock up at the same place twice, I say, instantly jinxing myself. Oh jeez. So, what did everybody think of the game? How did you like it? How did you like it compared to the other Ace Attorney games? For anybody that's seen the game before, what do you think of seeing it? Seeing it again? How did it hold up? I would love to hear all of your thoughts. I'll mention mine as well, but I imagine you can probably guess. Like, I think this is probably my favorite Ace Attorney game so far. It was super complex, but like, rarely felt unfair. Tons and tons of characters. And had a good flow from one case to the next as well. Yeah, the twist with Simon, I never would have suspected him, but like, when they had the flashbacks to the fact like we knew he was friends with Horace Knightley, but he wouldn't talk about it, I'd completely forgotten that. I'm like, oh, it won't be important. Oh, we solved the case. I guess I don't need to remember that anymore. Like every fifth case in the Ace Attorney games always name checks the other cases, but this one really tied all of them together, which is really cool. This one was edge worth the wait. 10-10 very engaging with a 90-10-7 getting attacked by the circus animals. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to watch clips of that later because that was amazing. The cat just punching him. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. 10-10 no notes. So yeah, I was saying before, this is one of the most impressive fan translations I have ever seen. Aside from the fact there was a mountain of text to translate, they 100% nailed the feel of a Capcom game. Like, if I hadn't told people this is a fan translation, I doubt they would have been able to guess. Like, it just feels so right. Like, it's not just a, you know, often when you see, especially back in the day when you saw fan translations, they'd often be very stilted. Or the fan translators would have added some of their own flares that made it feel off. But this felt like right in line with what I expected from an Ace Attorney game, which is super cool. Yeah, some of the name puns are even better than the official ones. They had some really solid ones. I think probably the only official name that I'm aware of that I liked better was Justine Courtney's name in the official translation was Verity Gavel. And I'm like, I like that name a lot. That's a very good one. Justine Courtney's fine, but Verity Gavel has a nice flair to it. The cat punching him was the best part of the game. That was amazing. Hooded Whale Hog, this has some of your favorite music in it too. I always love the Ace Attorney music. So good. Yeah, I'm very happy with this game. Like, this was cool. This was cool as hell. Like, going into this, even though I knew it was one of the hardest games to get a hold of at the time, I heard a lot of people say this might have been their favorite, and I can see why. It's just amazing. And we get the cat punches and animated emote. I'll look into it. I'll see what I can do. No promises, but I'll see what I can do. The animal assault was fucking brilliant. Especially because, like, when he did his, like, reverse breakdown, his villain reveal, you had all the animals coming in to, like, give him the Cinderella treatment. I don't think we've ever gotten a reverse breakdown like that before. That was hilarious. And once again, like, I have never, like, praised a Phoenix Wright game for the animation quality. And, like, again, there's not a ton of animation in this game either, but everything that was animated, they really went all out on, which I do appreciate. From memory, Justine Courtney does kind of get used in official games as well, so they couldn't keep the... Oh, gotcha. I imagine, well... They didn't say this explicitly, but usually when doing a official translation after a fan translation, they don't want to use anything from the fan translation because although it is incredibly complicated, there could technically be some copyright issues. Like, it's very thorny and very edge case, but just nobody wants to get into those weeds, so they usually just change everything just to be safe. Now, the other option would have been for them to buy the fan translation and just publish that as the official translation. But if for no other reason, I know that the Capcom internal translation department does great work, so I can see why they'd want to just do it themselves. And I respect that, I do. Let's see, if the new Phoenix Wright game was officially in 3D graphics for the Nintendo Switch 2, would you still play the series? Oh yeah. I like the charm of the 2D graphics, but like, I don't think it's a necessity. I would like them to see, to keep using the 2D graphics if they could, but I would understand if they went to 3D. It's very much probably a push to not look dated in a lot of sectors. Oh man, so yeah, I'm excited. So we're not going to jump into the next game immediately, but when we do get around to the next game, the next one is going to be Apollo Justice, which is a very interesting title because basically the original creator of the series wanted to end the series with Phoenix Wright 3 because he didn't feel like it was possible to make Phoenix look like the underdog anymore after he basically just beaten all the best of the best. So he wanted to end it there. And so he was okay with the spin-off because it wasn't about Phoenix. But then they still wanted to do more, so he wasn't, I don't think he was directly involved, at least he wasn't the lead guy. But like, they decided to sort of honor him by not having Phoenix be the protagonist in the next game, and they made a new one. And what happened was you sort of had a Raiden experience from the Metal Gear Solid 2, where they introduced a brand new character and fans were not a fan of him. So, is he a bad character? Is he someone we shouldn't like? I don't know. I played about half of the first case in there. I don't think I finished even the first case, but I played a little bit of Apollo Justice before. I've never finished it. I mean, certainly Phoenix has big shoes to fill, and that was a little bit easier for the spin-off because we already knew who Edgeworth was. They didn't really need to build anything, but you know, starting out with a defense attorney brand new, it's a tall order. I can see how it might not go great, but we'll see. We will see for ourselves. Relentlessly, you enjoy the Apollo Justice trilogy? I'm sure I'm going to enjoy playing it either way, because like, they do good work. I know. Usually when we talk about best and worst, a lot of people say the original Apollo Justice is one of their least favorite games. Although I think some people were saying it had to do with the cases themselves, not Apollo. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, 100% not everything needs to be 3D. Absolutely, absolutely. Like, these 2D animations are so charming, and they hold up really well. Like 10 years from now, 20 years from now, this game's still gonna look great. Because they didn't try to have anything other than good-looking cartoon graphics. Let's see, Apollo Justice gets better playing it further from the original release. Some games are like that. Once you get away from the moment of release, you get a little bit more, once you get away from that emotion of the time and just play it by itself, it's a little easier to hold up there. Let's see, I like the new trilogy as well. The tone of the first game is a bit different. Gotcha, gotcha. Go straight for 1D. Orbital Beetle, welcome in. How are you doing today? Oh god, Bubsy. Bubsy didn't need to exist, period. Oh yeah, Donna Sorrow. I know some people didn't like that at the time. Alright, are we here? No, we still got hit. I think we're getting near where we were before. We'll see if anything happens. Oh god, yeah, Gabriel Knight 30 was definitely ugly as sin, number one, but there was a lot of things wrong with the third Gabriel Knight game. Like, most of it, honestly. Gabriel Knight 2 is perfection. I will stand by that. One of my favorite adventure games of all time. Absolutely amazing. Like I'm so happy I've gotten to see several streamers play it for the first time, and usually they really enjoy it. They do. I don't know that I recognize any of the other voice actors, but ProZD, I know him. It's so cool. There we go. I've asked everyone to stop calling me the best. I don't like it. It makes me feel like I'm just borrowing Pops' power. I shall study even harder than before and triumph over Pops. I'll become strong enough so that I won't lose even to Mr. Edgeworth. Now then, let's start by thinking up my new nickname. He's got a lot of work ahead of him. A lot has happened, but thankfully the film was a roaring success. Gossip articles about the murder made our movie the talk of the country. A monstrous man appears from the mighty Mozilla. This is the true face of the monster who murdered the president of Singapore. Huh? Isn't that you in the photo, Mr. Powers? Huh? How could something like this happen? Now, it's fine, isn't it? It's thanks to those articles that our film is a big hit. Much obliged. He just can't stop getting caught up in murders. Poor guy. John, I greatly enjoyed watching the movie. It's no big deal. It's not like I had a major role or anything. What are you saying? You played the key character who connects Mozilla and Gordy. There's no one else besides you who could have played the part. Yeah, I guess. Well, it would be nice if it was a sequel. I really enjoyed working as an actor. Before we head home, can we go buy something? I'd like to decorate our home with a lion lily for Dad. Then, one will not suffice. You'll need two more. One for me and one for Amy. Aww! Oh, that's awesome. April 8th, 4:17 p.m., High Prosecutor's Office. Room 1202. Wow, we were really busy with all those cases, weren't we, sir? Indeed, we were. Why did all those incidents happen in such quick succession? I feel like things are always busy whenever I'm around. Wait, Kay, wouldn't that mean you're a magnet for crimes? Hey, Gummy, that was rude. I do get the impression that he's not entirely wrong. So then, Kay, do you intend to resume your training to become a great thief? I don't know. Huh? Something on your mind, pal? How should I put it? Until now, I've always been chasing after my father, so that I could become a great thief, just like him. Like the previous Yatagarasu, I suppose. But And watching you, Mr. Edgeworth, made me think. Maybe instead of chasing after my father, I should find my own path. I mean, you didn't become a defense attorney either. Chasing after a parent's shadow isn't the only path in life for a child after all. I'm gonna aim to be a hero in my own way. That sounds good. But of course, that doesn't mean I'm gonna throw away the name of the great thief Yatagarasu. No matter what sort of hero you become, K'll always still be K. Thanks, Gummy. And Gummy will always be Gummy. Of course, pal, I plan to keep pushing forward on my path of a detective after all. Mr. Edgeworth, I look forward to continuing the work with you, sir. Yes, I'll be counting on you, Detective Gumshoe. Detective, you saved me many times during these past cases. Have my gratitude. I suggest you look forward to your next salary assessment. Huh? What? Does that mean what I think it means? What's wrong? I'm saying that your salary ought to be raised. Really, sir? I can't believe it. Isn't that great, Gummy? It's like a dream come true. I can finally say goodbye to my instant noodle lifestyle. However, that doesn't mean you can start slacking off. The real work begins from here on out. You should prepare yourself. Yes, sir! Roger that! I'll devote my body and soul to following after you, Mr. Edgeworth. Body and soul? The path Mr. Shields and Judge Courtney taught me is to take a stand against the contradictions in the law and to reach the truth at the end of that road. What am I able to do? That is the question I must continue to dwell upon. Certainly, this path will not be easy. However, Prosecutor Edgeworth, when I pursued and fought against Blaze DeBest, the goddess of law was not the only one by my side. Ah, it's John! When I have this cutout with me, I feel a strange sense of courage well up from within. When I remember that I am not alone, I'm able to keep moving forward. Your bond with your son is the secret to your strength, I imagine. Bonds, huh? Ah! I completely forgot! That was sudden. What's wrong? I was searching for members for the new Yatagarasu team. Now that you mention it, I do remember you saying something to that effect. But in the end, I wasn't even able to find a single person. Can you imagine it? A team combining their powers in order to steal the truth. I wanted to create an invincible team like that, but... What are you saying, pal? Don't you already have a team? Together, the three of us can solve any case that comes our way. Yeah, you're right. A prosecutor, a detective, and a great thief. We're the invincible trio of heroes that steals, captures, and pursues the truth. Hearing all that kind of makes me feel sorry for the truth. As long as the three of us are together, there's nothing to fear. Isn't that right, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, you are correct. Even until his last moments, my father ran alongside his own path. I too shall advance along mine, accompanied by my somewhat boisterous comrades. As long as they are by my side, I can walk forward without hesitation. On this new path as a prosecutor, prosecutors and attorneys, the path I walk is not my father's. However, I am certain that the two paths are not separate. Though we may walk in opposite directions, our destinations are the same. Why, you may ask? Because both paths lead to the one and only truth. And we get a nice parting shot of the two Edgeworths. The end. There we go. Yeah, there we go. That is the entire game right there. You can now have instant noodles with beef. Let's have dinner. Yeah, he's assuming it's going to be a big raise. I wouldn't count on that, buddy. Here's an extra nickel a week. You've earned it. Miles int build, Gumshoe strength build, K agility build, basically. Now, if they can only find anyone with a wisdom build in this universe, I don't know. Thank you everybody for the GGs. At long last, after an incredible delay, we have finally finished Ace Attorney Investigations 2, which in the fan translation is subtitled Prosecutor's Path. Whew. I'm glad we finally got to get to it. I'm glad I could finally finish the game for all of you. I'm glad you were all patient enough to wait for the end of the game. And I'm excited for what we play next. We'll be starting on Loco Cycle next week, but there's plenty of stuff after that. I still have lots of cool stuff to show you folks. So make sure you're sticking around. I appreciate having you all here. This was amazing to hang out with all of you. I would not be able to enjoy those breakdowns nearly as much if I didn't have you here. So thank you for that. This is going to be the end of the stream for today, however. But we've got one last thing to do before we wrap it up today. And of course, as always, that is... Let's see who all else is online. So if you're not done watching Twitch for the day, maybe I can send you somewhere cool. I would like the opportunity to try. So make sure to hit follow if you haven't already. That'll be the easiest way to find me in the future if you'd like to come back. And while I'm looking to see who all is online right now, there's some links in chat you might want to check out if you haven't seen them already, including a link to my Discord. If you'd like to chat with me or the rest of the community outside of the stream, feel free to jump in on that. And we have a link to my YouTube if you would like to see any of the games I've played in the past, or if you want to get caught up on this game, check out some of the other Ace Attorney games, feel free to. It is all up there and it'll continue going up there. So let me see who we got on today. A little bit thin pickings today, but having said that, I do see a good friend of the stream who's just going live right now, and I wouldn't at all mind saying hi to them. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would appreciate it if you would join us as we go pop over and say hello to none other than good friend of the stream, Sammy Train TV. She's an awesome streamer, plays a very, very wide variety of cool stuff. And today she's going to be playing a game that I desperately want to check out because it looks like 100% my jam, Avowed. A first-person fantasy game that very much calls back to the old Elder Scrolls titles. So why don't you join me over in Sammy's stream, say hi to Sammy, hang out for a bit, throw her a follow if you like what she's doing, but hey, if you've got other things to do, I will just say as I always do, have a good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you're at in the world. I'll see you folks next week for Loco Cycle. Take care of yourselves till then, everybody.